Breaking news on the EpiPen price scandal. Mylan, the company that produces the devices, says it is now taking action to lower the price and make them more accessible. It will cover up to $300 of out-of-pocket expenses and doubling eligibility for patient assistance. Let's get immediate reaction from Teri Tonna and her daughter, Emily Tonna, who requires an EpiPen. It's good to have both of you here. And Emily, so brave of you to come on and talk about this. But it has been a story that has been dominating the news lately. Nationally, people are talking about the skyrocketing price of this EpiPen that your daughter depends on. How has that affected you?
It's been great to finally see so many people talking about it. I mean, for us, this has been an issue for at least a year now that the prices have been steadily increasing. A few years ago, our co-payments were about $25 each, and that was very reasonable. But within the last year, it has just absolutely skyrocketed. I tried to fill her prescription in January, and they were quoting me with insurance $600 for a box. And with anyone with food allergies, you have multiple boxes per child. If you have more than one child.
And is that what Emily's dealing with?
Yes,
her food allergies?
She has dairy, egg, and nut allergies.
Okay. So you keep this pen on you wherever you go, Emily?
Yeah. In elementary school, they don't let you carry it around, but when you're older, they do. So yeah, you need a couple of them.
So the nurse holds on to it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hope that she never has to use it, but whether or not she uses it, you have to buy a new one every year, right?
At least one set, because one can malfunction. You might need another secondary dose, so you always need to have at least one set with you. Yeah.
They expire when they're left in heat, so you always need to buy new ones every couple months.
Do you have any thoughts on all this that's going on? You know your mom has to go buy this, and you've probably heard a little bit about how the price has gone high. Do you have any thoughts? You're so brave to do this.
My thoughts are people who don't have insurance. It's going to be really expensive because it's literally the difference between life and death. Because if you don't have it, you could get really sick.
Yeah. And what do you make of the idea? And Brian, I want to get you in here because we were talking earlier about, well, it's not exactly a monopoly that Mylan has on this pen because there are competitors, but is there a generic?
Well, that's my question. When you started confronting these $600 price tags, were you aware of alternatives that you could be using?
There really aren't. I mean, once the AviQ went off the market, I think that's really when the price started to go up. But my allergist wasn't even really comfortable with us using the AviQ because it was a new product. And that's the thing, you know, this is not a luxury product. If it doesn't work, the child could die. So it can't not work. It has to function. You have to trust the product. And I have only heard about a generic option literally last week when this all started coming out, but I even asked my allergist, and he said he wouldn't trust it either. You know, you have to use the EpiPen, epinephrine, because of the the mechanics of it and everything. So, and that's part of the frustration. It basically is a monopoly.
We got an explanation, and this started coming in last night, from the CEO of Mylan, basically saying that the reason the price has gone up is because of Obamacare. What did you make of that explanation?
That I don't know anything about. I mean, I've noticed, you know, we have our own private insurance, and it's been going up anyway. So I'm not, I can only really speak for our instance with my daughter, but it's a big issue, and I wouldn't really see that as a possibility. I think it's more the AviQ coming off the market, and there really isn't any alternative.
Also, a point of controversy has been her pay. She's the CEO of the company that makes these EpiPens that has gone up, you know, whatever it is, fourfold over the past several years, and meanwhile she's receiving a substantial bonus. Last year alone she made $19 million. Do you have any feelings about that?
That's frustrating to see, to say the least. I mean, it's unsettling to see that, and it's unconscionable that someone would try to benefit from from people like us that have no choice. And there are so many millions of us that are in the same position, and we have good insurance, and our prices are so high. What do people do without insurance? There are people carrying around expired EpiPens, which is really not a good situation.
Yeah, and it's important to point out that the CEO, who we were just showing images of, Heather Brash, is the daughter of West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin. Do you think she's going to testify before Congress regarding these price hikes?
That would be a really interesting testimony if she did. I think they're actually trying to make some moves now to not have to do that. They don't want this to be a big PR issue. It already has become one, but if they can cut the prices, I think they can help forestall that a little bit. Nobody wants to be before Congress for this kind of thing.
So have you ever had to use it, Emily?
We should have used it one time when I was 4. It was my sister's birthday party, and someone gave me a cashew, which I didn't know I was allergic to yet.
You have a nut allergy.
Well, we
Yeah.
didn't know about it was undiagnosed at the point, and that's exactly the reality of food allergies. You
don't know.
You don't know when they develop, so that's why. But yeah.
And then I had a really bad reaction. I don't really remember much, but all I remember is that me like getting really sick and my throat closing up and I felt like I couldn't breathe. We should have used the EpiPen, but I didn't, because like I didn't think I needed it.
Do you feel like you know how to use it if you had to?
Yeah, because my allergist is like really great, and he always like teaches me how to use it when I don't remember.
Very good. Thank you, Teri and Emily Tonna, for coming on and talking to us about this, because it's good to hear from the people who actually have to pay this price and who actually have to use it. So, as I have a 3-year-old daughter of my own, you are so brave and so strong.
Thank you.
Well
Thanks
done.
for having us.
All right, thanks so much. Still to come.